stay. I'm here to stay.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Valley for today's FA Women's Championship clash between Charlton and Durham. It is the season finale. Charlton's first campaign as a professional outfit draws to a conclusion, and I can't think of a more fitting stage for the occasion. Can you? Thanks for joining me, Charlotte Richardson, on Charlton TV. We have got lots coming up before kick-off at 2 o'clock. We will catch up with Addicks boss Karen Hills. We've got an interview with centre forward Mia Rossview to look forward to, and we will also learn a little bit more about the club's partnership with Her Game Too, a partnership all around building support for female football fans to highlight sexist abuse in the game and promote equality. You can see the Addicks players undertaking their warm-ups. The Valley is filling up nicely for the occasion, and what an occasion it will be. As I mentioned earlier, it is the first season that Charlton have operated as a full-time professional outfit, training at Sparrows Lane, playing at the Oakwood. But for one game, to wrap it all up, we are here at the Valley. Charlton TV caught up with Addicks boss Karen Hills ahead of today's season finale. Here is what she had to say.
So Karen, first of all, reflecting on last weekend's victory, 3-0 up at half-time, clean sheet. Was there any way you could fault your team's performance?
No, obviously we wanted to finish the season as strong as we possibly can, and penultimate game, and we knew it was going to be a hard task, but the girls executed the game plan really well, and obviously it was nice to score some goals in the first half. I thought we was outstanding from minute one right to the very end, and yeah, really pleased with them, and now we go into the last game with lots of confidence.
Season finale this Sunday, Karen. You've just been out training on the Valley turf. What was that like for you and your squad?
Yeah, I think it's important that we get the feel of the dimensions of the pitch, and obviously our home ground is at VCD and looks very different to what the Valley looks like. So no, it was pleasing to see the girls out there and give a good account of themselves, and yeah, they enjoyed it this morning.
And Karen, Lee Sanders' side make the trip down from Durham this weekend. They, of course, a 3-0 victory last Sunday. Undoubtedly a very strong side.
Yeah, Durham's always a strong side and got some fantastic players, lots of experience, and knows how to win games. Last time we played them, it was a lesson really, and a big test for us. And I think we learned a lot of lessons about our group, and knew sometimes what you have to do within this league. And you can be technically a fantastic side, but you've got to bring the sometimes the ugly side to the game, and Durham can bring both to the game, and I think that's what we've got to match if we want to win the game. It's going to be very tough. We know that. They're obviously on a good run, and they want to finish as high up as possible. So do we. Both teams had a 3-0 last week, so I'm looking forward to the game, and I think it's going to be a different game to what we played in when we went up there at the start of the season. But at the same time, we don't take anything for granted, and we make sure we go into the game with that winning mentality and make sure that we put in a performance we can be proud of.
And Karen, obviously this is the season finale. For you as a manager, how do you reflect on this campaign? And is there any moments that stand out as highlights to you?
The season's a long season, and you feel like you're on a little bit of a hamster wheel, and it's nice just to get off it and just sort of reset, I guess. But no, I'm extremely proud of our first season in the Championship in a full-time environment. I think there's been a lot of positives that have come out of the season for us. The league has been fantastically tough, and I think it's credit to the women's game and where the Championship is going. We've had a good campaign. Yes, we want to finish as high up as table as possible, but so does every other team. I think we've been able to put in some fantastic performances against the top teams, and then obviously let ourselves down, I guess, in some other aspects. But lots of learning that's been taken. First season of being full-time professional, we're bringing 22 new players in and 8 members of staff. So I'm really pleased with what we've done in a short space of time, and there'll definitely be more to us next season.
Yeah, and it's been a big week this week with the build-up to the game for the Valley. What is your final message to really rally the fans down and get behind the Addicks?
Yeah, of course, we want to see as many fans as possible. The players deserve to play in front of a big crowd. I encourage everyone to come down because these players will give everything they can on the pitch. They'll play for themselves, they'll play for the pride of the club, And I have no doubt that we're going to go out there and express ourselves and play some fantastic football. But at the same time, we've just got to make sure we do the job. We know what our roles and responsibilities are, and then the fans will see that we've got a group of players that are really going to kick on, and where we've come from at the start of the season to where we're finishing is testament to not only the staff but the players as well.
What a journey it has been for Karen Hills, her staff, her players, all leading to this moment where supporters can come and watch Charlton play at the Valley to wrap up what has been a season full of highs and lows, and as Karen says herself, plenty of learnings as well. It's been a season that the players have enjoyed, none more so than Mia Ross, who we caught up with on Charlton TV.
Training was really good today, the standard was good. You know, training in the stadium really gets us going for the weekend, so hopefully we can go and show people what we're capable of. I'm still quite young, I've still got a lot of learning to do, still got a lot to improve on. Goals are always a bonus. I just try and focus on my performances, and hopefully the goals and assists take care of itself. So yeah, it's always nice to get a goal. Got to finish the season on a high. Durham, we know they're a very physical side, especially the last time we played them at home. But you know, we're playing in the stadium, so we have to show the fans why we're here, and we have to make ourselves proud as well. Obviously, there's been results that haven't gone our way, so we have to make sure that we just finish the season on a huge high.
Great to hear from Mia Ross there on the score sheet last weekend as the Addicts secured 3 points on the road with a comprehensive and professional 3-0 victory away at Blackburn. Ross will be a player to keep an eye on this afternoon, as she says there, the squad wanting to end the season on a high, and 3 points and victory over Durham could see the Addicts leapfrog their opponents up to 5th position. Charlton currently sit in 7th, having played 21 games, winning 9, drawing 4 and losing 8. They are currently on 31 points, with Durham, our opponents, on 38. Durham come into this match off the back of their own 3-0 victory against local rivals Sunderland. They've got plenty of attacking threat in their side. It should be a really interesting matchup, and an opportunity today for Charlton to avenge a 2-0 loss earlier in the season. There is plenty of activity going on at the Valley today. A fan zone outside of the ground with free face painting and games for young supporters and their families to enjoy. There are flag bearers over to the right hand side, and take nothing away from how important this occasion is for young girls and boys in the stadium to see the women's team play on the first team pitch. We've seen the under-23s this season. Now it is the turn of the women, which is fantastic. Moving over to a bit of club news for you now, and Charlton recently announced a new partnership with Her Game Too, a campaign created by female football fans to highlight sexist abuse in the game and promote equality. The campaign actually launched back in May 2021, and it grabbed national media attention, and since then numerous clubs have committed to supporting the initiative. Charlton Athletic Supporters Trust have also gotten involved, and the Addicts become one of the first clubs to have their supporters trust involved in the charity. Charlton fan Natasha Everett, who was recently appointed as the club's Her Game 2 ambassador, spoke to Charlton TV to underline the significance it has across the football club.
The club recently partnered with the Her Game 2 campaign. You're the ambassador for Charlton. For fans who maybe aren't aware, what is Her Game 2 all about?
Yes, so Her Game 2 started back in May last year, actually on the day of the FA Cup final. And it was co-founded by 2 Bristol Rovers fans, Kaz May and Lucy Ford. And Kaz had recently been on the receiving end of some online abuse because of her footballing opinion. And the abuse that she received was based on the fact that she was a woman, you know, comments like, oh, what would you know, you're just a girl, you don't know anything about football, it's a man's game, that sort of thing. And she messaged her friend Lucy and she said, is there a campaign in football that stamps out or like aims to stamp out sexism and misogyny towards women, because I've never seen one before, and if there isn't one, why isn't there one, and you know we should do something about it. And Lucy said no, like there isn't, you know, you have Kick It Out for Racism and other brilliant campaigns like that, but as far as they were aware there was nothing covering protecting women from abuse in football that they so regularly face. So the two of them decided to contact other women in football that they knew had suffered abuse as well, for being female fans within the footballing world, and whether that's online or in person. And they all came together and said, yeah, this is my experience too, let's do something about it, and let's aim to get rid of it from football. So from there, it's kind of snowballed. They've got loads of other people representing them from different clubs around the country. They've recently just surpassed 100 football clubs across the English football pyramid who want to partner with them. They each have an ambassador, so it's like what I do for Charlton. So yeah, from there basically, and there's Premier League clubs such as Everton, Leeds and Brentford that are now in partnership with them too. And yeah, so the campaign, essentially, what the aim of the campaign will be to stomp out sexism and misogyny from football.
And you touched on it a second ago, but it's not just out there in the stands, is it? Like in 2022, social media is such a big thing as well, isn't it? So campaigns like this are so important.
Yeah, definitely. I think also, like, when I first came across the campaign, the reason I wanted to be involved in it was because, wow, this is the first time I've actually felt like someone's related to me and I have a voice, because I think a lot of women, when they face sexism before in football, whether that's online or in person or in the football industry or as a female football player, they've not really had a place where they could go to and talk about it. And I think we were almost ashamed to talk about it as well, and we didn't feel like people would want to listen or that it would be acknowledged. And I think to have a whole group of women say, this is my experience too, let's do something about it, really meant a lot. So yeah.
Really important that female football fans know that they have a voice, they have a home, and certainly here at Charlton Athletic Football Club, here at the Valley, women are welcomed on the pitch, on the sidelines, in the boardroom, and absolutely anywhere else. Make no mistake of how important this occasion is. Playing at the Valley would have seemed impossible to comprehend when the club was disbanded back in 2007. Fast forward 15 years and Charlton are gearing up to round off their first season as a full-time outfit. Please do let us know where you're tuned in from across the world, or whether you're a bit more local to SE7. It'd be fantastic to hear from you on the social media channels at Charlton TV or at CAFC Women this afternoon. You can also go online to our website, cafc.co.uk, where you can find today's matchday programme. It's a really good read. It's available for free. Go and have a little look at the digital copy. Some fantastic interviews in there, including one with Ella Rutherford, who again is a player that will go down in the history books. She scored Charlton's first goal as a professional team back in September at home against Coventry, and she speaks about how important, she describes today as a massive opportunity. We are privileged and excited to play here, she says. And look at that. Young Charlton players of the future bearing the club crest, ready to give both sets of players a warm welcome onto the pitch. The pitch is looking incredible, by the way, considering how many games have been played here over the last 9 months. It's a lovely playing surface which will serve both these teams well. It's a really good opportunity to put a showcase on of the FA Women's Championship. We see a lot of FA Women's Super League TV coverage, not so much of the Women's Championship, but thankfully, courtesy of Charlton TV, you'll be able to enjoy a really good 90 minutes. Liverpool have run away with the Championship. They will be promoted into the Super League, but there is still a lot to play for this afternoon. Charlton currently sit in 7th position, but they could, with a win today, leapfrog Durham and end in 5th position. Charlton could finish as high as 5th if they win, and Sheffield United get beaten by local rivals Palace. So we need our rivals to do us a little bit of a favour, if possible, today. To the field of play. This is momentous. For the little girls in the crowd this afternoon, here is proof that the game is changing, and changing for the better. 15 years ago, Charlton's women's team has disbanded. Today, Karen Hills' side complete their first season as a professional outfit. Thanks to new owner Thomas Sangard, professional contracts were signed for the first time. The women's players were given access to full-time training provision at Sparrows Lane, and it all culminates to this afternoon's match against Durham. As the teams line up, let's talk through the starting 11 for this final game of the season. In goal for the Addicts, Urfa Cummins has only conceded 17 goals this season. Charlton have the second best defensive record in the division. Anna Philby, the skipper, Emma Follis, Ellis Hughes, with Ella Rutherford, Beth Rowe, Katie Robinson providing the attacking arsenal. Hannah Godfrey, Lois Hucan, left back Georgia Fox and Mia Ross completing the lineup for Charlton today. Plenty of options on the bench should Karen Hills need them. The likes of Becky Jane, Jess King, Alicia Salola, Megan Wynn and Holly Olden just highlights the strength and depth that this squad has got. We heard Karen Hills say in her pre-match interview there's been lots of learnings this season. Her side has got a blend of experience and youth, and the young players in particular have come on leaps and bounds this season. It's taken a while for the team to settle. It's taken a while for this new look squad to adjust to a full-time training routine, but they are feeling the benefits, and it's all teed up to go from strength to strength next season. It will be a tough challenge this afternoon. Durham are in decent form. They've got a strong team and have named a strong 11 of their own. Charlton's first away game of the season was at Durham, and Catherine Hill and Beth Heppel scored the goals that proved to be the difference on that occasion. After a scrappy first half, Charlton grew into that game, but this afternoon they will need to make sure that they start on the front foot. The players dressed in the club's traditional red and white huddle together as the skipper, Anna Philby, takes part in the coin toss. What an important player she has been this season. More appearances than any other in the Charlton squad. The number 6 is a real leader on the pitch and has had to step in when Lauren Brutton, the club captain, has been out injured. She goes over to the team huddle to say a few more words. And there's a good strong crowd here this afternoon coming out on their bank holiday to support the Addicts, which is fantastic to see. And I think we're ready to do a bit of business here at the Valley. Come on, you Addicts rings out at the Valley to a ripple of warm applause. What a moment this is. Referee Paul Howard stands over the ball, and Ella Rutherford will get us underway. This is a moment in history. It's quite appropriate, the first player to score for the club as a professional team will get us underway. And off we go. Charlton begin the game. It's almost a short pass there. Oh, dearie me, heart in the mouth stuff very, very early on. As Mia Ross plays it forward. Georgia Fox, signed from Chelsea, the left back charging forward. It's intercepted in the middle of the park. Switched up over to that right-hand side to Beth Rowe. 2 goals to her name. Likes to get forward, likes to get involved in play, and she has done early on and commits full-heartedly there and collides with the boarding. That's the kind of challenge you expect from her. Full commitment, body on the line stuff with 44 seconds on the clock. Luckily she gets up, dusts herself down and resumes her position. You can see already in the way that Charlton are lining up this afternoon, that full high press in the top of the pitch. And Rutherford slides it to her right-hand side. Katie Robinson tries to find a way to navigate around the Durham defender, but it goes out for throw-in for the visitors. 1 loss in 5 for them. They haven't conceded too many goals in that run of 5 games. Goalless draws against Coventry and Lewis. They did encounter 1 loss, that was on the road against the champions Liverpool. They've got a tight defence, they're well organised, and they will be hard to break down. Karen Hills knows that. But her team are brimming with confidence, having secured 3 points on the road last weekend as Ella Rutherford, oh, that's a sliding tackle there. Got the ball and got the player as well. No foul from the referee. And if you were under any illusions about how competitive this division is, and if there's anything to play for this afternoon, well, that tackle tells you everything. It is a throw-in for Charlton. It will be taken by Rowe. Rowe to Robinson. Back at the feet of Ella Rutherford, getting plenty of touches on the ball already, but that one is a poor pass. It's intercepted by Durham, who hit on the left-hand side now. There's space for the left-back to run into, but that's some good defending. But a foul is drawn, and the visitors have a free kick in a dangerous-looking position. Charlton just need to make sure that when they have the ball, they're tight and they're tidy with it. And it was a poor, loose pass from Ella Rutherford, uncharacteristic from her. And Durham have looked to capitalise and now have a dead ball scenario to test the Charlton defence. A 2-player wall is formed. Urfa Cummins gives her orders. The delivery comes in, it falls to the path. That's a fantastic save by Cummins. And that is why, in my opinion, she is one of the best goalkeepers in this division. It was a decent looking ball into the area. It clipped all of the Charlton defence and rising high. So it was a strong header towards big moment in this match so far. For Cummins conceded just 17 goals this season, and as the last line of defence, the Scotland international doing what all good goalkeepers need to do, and that is stepping up in the big moments. And she steps up now to take the goal kick for the home side. Drills it out to that left. It's deflected off of the head of Becky Salaki. And what a season Urfa Cummins has had, not only for Charlton, but on the international stage as well, playing for Scotland. That save will do her confidence the world of good. As a little bit of space opens up for Ella Rutherford, she unleashes the left-footed shot. Little to trouble Naisha McCulloon in the Durham goal, but still good signs from the home team. Saw Karen Hills having a word with Ella Rutherford before kick-off and probably relaying information to encourage the forward whenever she gets a sight on goal. She's so technically gifted to have a go, and that's exactly what she did. Georgia Fox does well there, forces Durham to square the ball. They've done well to carry the ball out of the defensive third into the Charlton half now. And that's well read by Beth Rowe. Her positioning and reading of the game absolutely sublime in that circumstance and many others throughout the season. And that's backed up by her teammate Robinson. And can Charlton create something down the right-hand side? Robinson charging forward. She's covered, surrounded by blue shirts, plays it back to Mia Ross. Ross out to Follis. Charlton looking after the ball well as they seek a means, a gap, a space to exploit. And that will do nicely. Can Follis get the cross in? She plays it back instead. Now there's some space for Fox. Can Fox get the delivery? And she can. Is there a Charlton shirt there to finish? No, there's not. But the seconds are scooped up by Rowe. And that Charlton attack comes to an end. The challenge deemed an unfair one by the referee. Good promising signs and some nice attacking football from Charlton in this opening 6.5 minutes. Setting the tone for what should be an enjoyable 90. Goal kick is taken. Christian gets ahead to it. And Rio Hardy tries to put Anna Philby under a bit of pressure, but the Charlton defender, cool, calm and composed, as is customary for her, makes sure that it goes out for a throw-in, which is taken by Fox. Fox to Hukan. Hukan giving chase. As Elise Hughes, the Charlton's top goal scorer, leading the line this afternoon. Looks to press. That's a good tackle by Ella Rutherford. She wins her team the throw-in, and that has gone down incredibly well with the home support here. Charlton supporters will always back you when you've got that work rate endeavour and you wear a bit of your heart on your sleeve. And it's led to Charlton having a set-piece opportunity of their own. Rowe with her hands on her hips, just taking a look at her options. A chance to be direct perhaps and whip a ball into the box, but there are options to both her left and right. All those hours in the training ground working on various routines. Let's see what the Charlton number 2 goes for as she lifts her arm up to signal to her teammates. They know what to expect, we don't. Right-footed, the ball comes in, it's a good delivery and it looks to find the head of Hannah Godfrey. Good direct run from the Charlton defender. In these situations, you need a good delivery. And Rowe with the little step up. Put it on a plate. But the effort just goes wide of the goal. And Durham can clear for a goal kick. And Godfrey gets another touch, this time a defensive one, but Durham pick up the seconds and look to mount an attack. That's gone off, surely. Yes, the official blows up for a throw-in. And we might have some Durham supporters tuned into Charlton TV's coverage this afternoon. If so, welcome. It's great to have you with us as well. As I mentioned, Durham come into this game off the back of a 3-0 win at home to Sunderland. A local rivalry. There's a lot of Wildcats players who signed recently from their local rivals. And Durham really are a team well respected, well regarded. They've got a great history, which we will talk about over the 90 minutes, no doubt, but they're chartering an attack now. It looks like a decent one as well. Playing the ball from right to left. Robinson tries to prevent Abby Holmes from getting in on goal, but Holmes is fouled. And in a not too dissimilar position to the free kick they had earlier in this game, Durham have another opportunity to test the Charlton defence from a set piece over on that left-hand side. Beth Heppel, who scored against Charlton last time out and scored last week against Sunderland, will take this for the visitors. The ball whipped in very, very direct. It will take a lot to beat Eartha Cummins from that angle, that range and that distance. Cummins saw that all the way there. And I mentioned how well regarded Durham are as a football club. In 2017, they won the Women's Super League 2 Club of the Year. They do so much, not only on the pitch, but off it too. And in recent seasons, have built their support up, worked really closely with Durham University, making a really, really good impact, which is great to see, because whilst they're doing that up north, so are Charlton in South East London. There will be a number of RTC players here today, players coming through the club's pathway, those that are involved in more community-based sessions, those involved with work that the Community Trust is doing. And it's so important that matches like this are held at the Valley, because the amount of visibility it gives to the women's game is incredibly significant. There will be a number of people, myself included, going away inspired from this afternoon, absolutely regardless of the result. It's a real opportunity to show how far the game has come, and both teams already in this opening 12 minutes have shown technical ability. They've shown fantastic physicality. And it's looking like it's going to be a really interesting tactical battle between two very, very experienced managers. Karen Hills, the former Spurs boss, took over at Charlton to help them become the professional model that they are. And Lee Sanders, who's been at Durham since 2016. Or 2006, I should say. He's been there a very, very long time. Goal kick falls to Fox. Fox to Ross. Her first touch doesn't control the ball, her second does, and she looks to spray the ball out wide, but it's intercepted. And then another crunching tackle from Holmes. A real barrier for Charlton so far this afternoon. Holmes is described as a tough tackling defender, and she's shown that in abundance already this afternoon. Played some football out in the Netherlands. It's always interesting to find out a little bit more about the players, their journeys to becoming professional footballers. It's never been easy, so don't think that any of these players haven't grafted and had to overcome plenty of hurdles and barriers along the way. The ball intercepted, read well by Hugh Can. Hugh Can over on that left-hand side, picks out Follis. The ball is bouncing around, and Charlton with a golden opportunity there to break the deadlock. Fantastic play by Hugh Can. Just needing that little clinical finish in the box. Hugh Can with acres of space. Picked out Follis. Follis playing it out with Rutherford, finishing the attacking move. And knowing the high standards that she sets for herself, Rutherford would have wanted to find the back of the net with that opportunity, but she's looking dangerous, she's looking lively. 5 goals tallied up already this season for Ella Rutherford. The ball bouncing around, it's getting a little bit scrappy. But Mia Ross looking to clear things up. There's too much power on her pass, gives Robinson a bit too much to do to keep the ball in play. Foul given. Advantage Durham. And that middle of the park already is proving to be pivotal. Those individual battles. And on this occasion, it's one that Durham have edged, and it's another set piece. In open play, Charlton have looked the stronger, but it's Durham who've had more of these dead ball scenarios to to chest Charlton. The delivery comes in, the header is flicked on safely into the gloves of Urfa Cummins. Cummins has got plenty of short options. Sprays it out to her left-hand side. To Fox. Fox. Back to Philby. What's really impressive from this Charlton side is the hunger and desire to get on the ball, and that's a foul on Elise Hughes. Looks to be a bit higher up the pitch. Just along the halfway line, the skipper stands over it. Plays it back to Godfrey. Godfrey, the long ball forward, finds the path of Hukan. Hukan with a delivery into the box, and it trickles out for a goal kick. Durham get us back underway. Goal kick is taken short. It's a long direct pass forward. It's intercepted by Charlton. But Durham end up carrying the ball away. You can't help but feel whoever gets a real foot on the game from the middle of the park will determine how this game unfolds. As we see a Charlton player down. From my commentary position, I can't quite see who it is, but the tackle itself was again another crunching one. And it left a lot on the ankle of the Charlton player. I think it might be Robinson. In fact, it's Emma Follis. Follis doesn't need treatment. Picks herself up, dusts herself down, and runs it off. A fantastic lesson to us all. Godfrey covers well. Plays it back to Cummins, who's able to clear for Charlton. The understanding between the centre-back and her goalkeeper that the communication was on, it was dealt with. But now Charlton have to defend the throw-in. It's an ambitious throw-in forwards, and whilst Godfrey gets to it, could have been an opportunity for Durham. But the Charlton players organised behind the ball, and it's left. Godfrey, unsure whether Cummins was going to come out and claim it, clears for Charlton. They're under some pressure now. Heapel plays it back to Lambert. Heapel with the ball again. Some nice build-up play from the visitors. Loose pass intercepted by Rutherford, who gets it back and then knew where she wanted to place the ball, but couldn't quite get the finesse on the pass. Rowe and Holmes. What a lovely little 1v1 battle it is over on that right-hand side. Both players giving it absolutely everything. Don't think this is going to be an end-of-season game that fizzles out because neither team technically has anything to play for. They're playing for pride, and they're playing for 5th place in this division. Karen Hills' side want to end the campaign as strongly as possible, as high up the table as possible, and you can see that in the manner in which they have gone about their business in this opening 20 minutes here at the Valley. It's Charlton 0, Durham 0. It's been a really, really engaging and interesting game to watch unfold, even if there haven't been any goals yet. Good play from Durham on that left-hand side. Forces Charlton to concede the corner. Beth Heapel will take for Durham. consistently at the top of their goal scoring ranks. She came through the club's youth system. Let's see what her delivery's like. Right footed, the ball's whipped in towards the back post. Claimed well by Cummins. Is there an early counter break opportunity on for Charlton? Cummins says no. Decides instead just to take a little bit of sting out of the game. Throws the ball out to her left-hand side. Charlton have got a lot of joy down this side of the pitch so far this half. Isfol is just a bit frustrated with herself there, and the touch which gives Durham possession back. The crowd's still growing here at the Valley, people making their way to watch this end of season finale. A campaign which began at the Oakwood back in September. Charlton's first game as a professional side was against Coventry. It began well with 3 points. And it looks to end with 3 points as well. Rutherford. Left-footed to Robinson. Robinson's first touch, tees up Rowe. Given chase, and the ball is read well by the skipper, Sarah Wilson. One of Durham's longest serving players. Needed to make a vital touch as the ball is whipped in. It's too much on it. For Lois Hucan to get a touch. Charlton have been probing and probing, but still have their goalkeeper Urfa Cummins to thank for a fantastic save earlier on in the game from a set piece. Strong header glancing towards her left-hand side. Scotland international did really, really well. There's been plenty of action in that middle of the park, that's for sure. And I think the referee wants a word with Rutherford there. I didn't think there was anything wrong with her challenge. Rutherford just ties up her shoelaces, takes the telling off, and we'll go back to find her position as Charlton look to get organised. Great block by Hucan. Philby does well. Once again, has to be a contender for player of the season for Charlton, Anna Philby. I've been impressed every time I've seen her play. Hucan shields the ball well, wins a throw-in. Fox glances up to see what her options are, takes a little bit more time to be supported by Follis. Follis to Ross, and now Fox is on her way, plays the ball out to Robinson. Space opens up, she's supported by plenty of Charlton players. Robinson with the ball across, forces a good save, it falls to Rutherford, and the ball is in the back of the net! Oh! But offside is given to deny Charlton from breaking the deadlock in what has been their best move of the half so far. Robinson with the pinpoint delivery forces to save it, falls to Rutherford, it rolls towards the Charlton player who puts the ball into the back of the net but is in an offside position. When Charlton turn things up in that final third, they are causing Durham problems. That instinctive style of play causing the visitors all sorts of problems. Can Charlton seize the initiative? Another throw-in for Durham, who I think are going to be happy just to let the game tick along for a while. They've been under some consistent pressure whilst looking a threat in attack as well. In particular, I've mentioned her name many times already this afternoon, Beth Heppel. When she's on the ball, Durham look dangerous. Fox to Ross, Ross back to Philby. Rutherford does well, surrounded by blue shirts. She plays the ball out to Rowe, gets it back, tries a little turn, looks like a foul to me, referee says no. But Charlton still have possession as Hukan tries to navigate the ball around Molly Lambert, but isn't able to do so. I think Karen Hills will be pleased with the way her team have set up, certainly after last week's 3 points. She spoke about a game plan and about how proud she was of the way her team have executed it. And so far this afternoon, they've played some really, really good football, as Rutherford with a very ambitious pass forwards to Robinson. Robinson putting the Durham keeper under some pressure. Kitted out in the bright lime outfit. Durham look to get out of their half. A long searching ball down the right hand side. Philby is there. Plays the ball to Cummins. Cummins to Godfrey. Godfrey to Ross. The defence looking comfortable in possession. That's something I've always said about Karen Hills' side with the back three, that she likes to play all ball playing defenders, which is part and parcel of the modern game now, and that's a lovely little bit of space that's opened up for Charlton as a result. Follis driving forward for Charlton. She's got options all around her, one particularly to her left hand side, and that's Hukan. The pass just not accurate enough, but nevertheless a throw in for Charlton, taken quickly. Mia Ross looking for Robinson, but Holmes is there with the header. Charlton winning the ball back. Those seconds are being eaten up all afternoon by Charlton so far. The positioning and desire to win back possession, to keep asking questions of this Durham defence, and we see it once again. Even with Philby's touch not being a particularly good one, Charlton are able to win the ball back. That's what I like about this Charlton team. The way in which they all back each other up on the pitch. Positionally, tactically, physically as well. Minutes on the clock. It's Charlton nil, Durham nil. Thank you for joining us on Charlton TV. It's a pleasure to have you company wherever you're tuned in from. If you're a Charlton supporter, if you're a Durham fan, or perhaps a follower of the women's game, here to see what is a historic occasion. Charlton playing at the Valley to wrap up their season, their first season as a professional outfit. You speak to any of the players in the Charlton squad and they'll tell you just how much they've enjoyed this campaign, training at Sparrows Lane. As Rutherford looks to be played in on goal, it's a good pass. Gives something for the centre-back and goalkeeper to have to think about. As Rutherford gives a thumbs up to Godfrey there. They can switch up their play, Charlton. They play some really good passing football on the deck. But if they see an opening, if they see an opportunity, they take it as well, and there's plenty of pace up top for the Addicts. Good defending once again. Buchan to Follis. Follis drives forward. Now Charlton switch up to the right-hand side. Holmes again, proving to be a bit of a thorn in the side. Some good defending from her in this opening half an hour. She gets another header there, which ricochets off of Robinson. Rutherford looks to cut inside with her run, putting Salaki under pressure. It's good pressure. It's going to be a throw-in for Charlton. And that hustle will eventually pay off for the home team if they keep it up with this amount of consistency. The throw-in's taken quickly. And Durham are out quickly pressing the ball, but that's some great skill. Rutherford peels back. Crunching tackle in, but Follis tries to get a boot there. And Rutherford with the foul. I wonder how many more she's got before the referee might look to get a yellow card out. I know he's had a word with her already, and although those are innocuous challenges, and there's a few of them on the board, Paul Howard might be inclined to issue a yellow. But fortunately, and thankfully, on this occasion he doesn't, but it will be a free kick for Durham. It's played long. Rose there, as is Robinson, but her touch doesn't bring the ball under control as she would like, and that's a lovely, lovely turn from Holmes. Spoken about her defensive qualities, her attacking ones as well, and Durham get the shot away. Emily Roberts with a little sight on goal, launches an effort, slips, which takes a little bit of sting out of it. And Cummings is there to gather. Will we see a goal before half-time? Got just about 10 minutes left to play. Rutherford over on this left-hand side now. Picks out Hughes. The game's opening up. Robinson just looks to put Holmes under some pressure. But the Durham defender clears her lines. And just see, perhaps, is this Durham defence beginning to tire a little bit? It's a fantastic run into the box by Fox. Fox trying to pick out Robinson, does so well, but Holmes is there once again. Charlton take the corner short. Robinson, right footed with the delivery. It evades everyone in the box. Robinson just puts an apologetic hand up there. Probably knows she can deliver a better service than that on this occasion, but she's getting on the ball, getting plenty of touches. And as I mentioned earlier, showing that appetite and hunger to make something happen for Charlton. Let's just see Rutherford switching out to this left-hand side. Gets the interception. I mentioned earlier in commentary, Charlton have been getting a little bit more joy over on this side of the pitch. Rutherford makes things happen, so perhaps has been employed to spend a little bit more time over there. Although, to be honest, there's not many blades of grass that Rutherford doesn't cover, as Ross is on the ball. Another throw-in for Charlton. Referee blows his whistle, wants to have a word. With Buchan and a counterpart. A few little discussions going on there. Referee gets us back underway. It will be a throw-in for Charlton. It's a speculative effort from distance from Mia Ross. 4 goals so far this season, looking for a 5th there. Teed up nicely. That would have been quite some effort. Perhaps a late goal of the season contender had that volley hit the back of the net. And as we expected, this has been the tightly fought contest that we expected between 2 teams, with only 3 points separating them in this division. It is the season finale, and what a season it has been for Charlton. Can they wrap it up with 3 points? Mia Ross looks to travel through a congested midfield area. Durham intercept play. There's not a lot of accuracy on that pass, so the ball is back with Charlton. Plenty of action happening across the Women's Championship and the Super League today. I mentioned that should Charlton win here this afternoon, they could go as high as 5th. We need our rivals, Crystal Palace, to do us a favour away at Sheffield United Women to make that happen. Philby for a long searching direct ball forwards. There's Rowe, plays the ball back to Cummins. Will we have an opening goal before the break? Follis with the high press, plenty of energy, stamina for days. So that's a decent looking ball forwards. Forces Godfrey to interject. Lambert plays it into the box, cross-whipped in, covered well, as you would expect. She makes it look routine, but Eartha Cummins' positioning helps to make that look easy. As she rolls the ball to her skipper. Philby with the ball at her feet once more. Squares it to Godfrey. Godfrey to Rowe. Oh, that's a sliding tackle that absolutely floors Rutherford. Rutherford back on her feet now. Durham on the ball. Charlton need all outfield players alert and ready to this. And that's a crunching tackle, and that catches Rutherford in the face there. That should be a yellow card. That's a nasty one there. No intent or malice, but nevertheless, Rutherford looks to be in a degree of pain there. The boot to the face. Looks even nastier on the replay. And Rutherford will require treatment. That's just exactly what you want on the last game of the season, isn't it? A bruiser to take into the summer holidays. It does mean that Charlton will be able to make their way over to the technical area, perhaps receive some instructions from the bench as we enter the final 5 minutes here at the Valley. A first half with few clear-cut opportunities, but Charlton enjoying the majority of possession as Rutherford gets back on her feet, warmly applauded by the home supporters. Let me tell you about action happening across the Women's Championship. Watford are drawing 0-0 with Coventry. Sunderland lead rather against Bristol City. Palace trail 2-1 to Sheffield United, whilst London City Lionesses are currently 1-0 up against Blackburn Rovers. And champions Liverpool are leading Lewis. So we are the only game alongside Watford at Vicarage Road this afternoon, playing and waiting for a goal. Rutherford looks fit to continue, but is currently on the sidelines, waiting for the referee to signal that she can come on. Charlton currently down to 10. Philby charges towards the space, finds Fox on the left-hand side. Fox, right-footed, whips the ball in. It takes a deflection, but is gathered. Rutherford is back on the pitch. Charlton are back to having 11 on the field. Goal kick is taken. Mia Ross is there. But Durham pick up play. Christian cuts in. The ball's played out to the right-hand side, looking for the run. It looked like a productive one by Molly Lambert, but too much fizz on the pass. And it goes out for a throw-in for Charlton. One that will be taken by Fox. Fox launches it, trying to find Hughes. Important touch there from Ross. Durham lose possession, and now Charlton on the ball. Follis, good footwork from her. Plays it to Rutherford. Rutherford with the turn, another little turn, switching up feet, back to Follis. This is nice, intricate play from Charlton. As the officials indicate, we will have 1 additional minute to be played here at the Valley. And whilst we haven't had any goals as yet, it has been an entertaining opening 45 minutes. As Fox plays the ball to Cummins. Can Charlton mount one last attacking charge before the break? If they're going to do so, they have to up the sense of urgency. Philby plays it long. There's plenty of power on that pass, perhaps too much, certainly too much, as it goes out for a throw-in. Ellie Christian will take her time with this for Durham. They've had to see out some periods of pressure, the visitors. They have looked organised behind the ball. You can see a team full of confidence, having lost only once in their last 5. These two teams both won 3-0 last time out. Looking for back-to-back clean sheets as Cummings slots the ball to Philby. Philby to Follis. There's a late charge from Sarah Robson. Looks to put the Charlton defence under pressure, but Cummings clears her lines. And at the break here at the Valley, it's Charlton 0, Durham 0. Here are your highlights from the opening 45.
seconds!
Welcome back to the Valley for Charlton's season finale in the FA Women's Championship. It's the end of the Addicts' first season as a professional outfit. Currently in 7th place, well certainly so at the start of proceedings. Charlton welcome Durham in 5th place, knowing a win and results elsewhere can see Karen Hills' side leapfrog their opponents. My name is Charlotte Richardson and it's a pleasure to bring you coverage of this game through Charlton TV, wherever you are tuned in from. It is great to have you here, whether you're a Charlton supporter, a Durham fan, or maybe someone who just loves women's football. This is a really important occasion, and that was reinstated actually during half-time, having a little walk around the pitch to see so many families here, so many young boys and girls looking at this Charlton team and seeing their future, well, future selves perhaps, but their current role models. And although there hasn't been a goal here yet, we have seen everything that this FA Women's Championship is about. Grit, physicality, good technical ability, and a real tactical battle as well. It looks like Karen Hills' 11 remains the same, with Eartha Cummins in goal, a back three of Anna Philby, Mia Ross and Hannah Godfrey. We also have Elise Hughes, Ella Rutherford, Beth Rowe and Georgia Fox out in the wing-back roles, with Katie Robinson down the right and Lois Hucan as well. On the bench for Charlton, Sophie Hilliard, Natalia Negri, Becky Jane, Vianne Sampson, Holly Oldin, Jess King, Alicia Salola and Megan Wynne. Charlton huddled together, relishing the occasion of playing here at the Valley in what is set to be a record-breaking crowd for the club this season. It will be Durham, the visitors, to get us underway. Beth Heppel stands over the ball. As we wait for Eartha Cummins to get in her goal. Ready perhaps to make some more epic saves. She's definitely pulled off the best of the game so far. Charlton have the second best defensive record in the country, highlighted by a fine save from Cummins, the Scotland international, in the first half. A half where Charlton enjoyed the better of the game, but Durham nevertheless showed their attacking threat as well, looking particularly dangerous in dead ball scenarios. They play the ball long, direct and forward. But Rio Hardy's pass into the box is read well by Godfrey. Godfrey plays it back to Cummins, and Cummins gets the ball upfield but out for a throw-in for Durham. She had an impressive opening 45 minutes. Abby Holmes takes this for the visitors. A real stand-up for me in the first half, which is very, very competent defensively and showed some skill in attack as well. Dee Bradley and Rutherford in a little 1v1 battle there. But Rutherford wins that. Gets a bit of a heavy touch as well, but the referee doesn't see it or allows play to carry on, which is perhaps to Charlton's favour, as Robinson down the right-hand side forces the tackle, keeps the ball in play. A lovely little cutback, gets the touch from the Durham skipper, Sarah Wilson. It's a throw-in early on for Charlton in this second half. Hughes, Rowe and Robinson combining by this corner flag. Really, really nice. It's a nice ball to Robinson. She tees up her body to get the cross in, adjudged to be offside. From my angle, it looked like she timed the run quite well, but the official is a lot closer than I am, a lot better qualified than I am, and she has risen her flag, and it will be a goal kick for Durham. Seconds is gathered up by Mia Ross, but Rio Hardy is not letting the ball up. It's a real battle. I mentioned it in the first half, but certainly that has proven to be the case in this opening few minutes as Charlton hit on the attack. Ball played to Rutherford, the goal opens up and can Rutherford get the shot? Oh, she does, but it's straight at the keeper. Another great chance. You can see the frustration in Rutherford's body language there. The game, the space just opened up beautifully for Charlton's number 19, and now Charlton having to clear their lines as Ria Hardy was in on goal, and Mia Ross is going to need some attention. It looked like she'd taken a heavy knock. Looks to be in a degree of discomfort, but let's watch that Charlton opportunity once more if we can. Some great build-up play, unselfish play. The ball squared to Rutherford on a plate, and you can imagine the number of routine times in training that Rutherford would smash that ball into the back of the net, but wasn't able to get the power, direction or placement of the shot away. And to much of the relief of the Durham defence, it is still Charlton 0, Durham 0 with 48 minutes on the clock. Ross is still down, receiving treatment. As a number of the Charlton bench begin to warm up in preparation for perhaps an early substitution in this second period. Be a real shame because Ross has had a bright game, as have all the Charlton players. Sometimes you do wonder, playing at a different ground, whether that alters perhaps the mindset and the application, but that has not been the case as far as Karen Hills' side is concerned. Ross is back on her feet. Whether she'll be able to carry on or not, we will wait and see. Leanne Simpson and Alicia Salola are warming up. Two able replacements if required. Ross warmly applauded off of the pitch. The Charlton supporters recognise the efforts that she has made this afternoon. Heppel hooks the ball to the right-hand side. Corner for Durham, their first of this second half. So you see the Blues head towards the box, as you would imagine, making the most of this opportunity. They leave two outfield players back to cover. Heppel will take. Right-footed. It's a decent delivery again. Headed away. It's important that Charlton get a touch to this. They do. Follis cuts the ball back. Looks to get on the end of the pass towards her. Induces the header from Lambert and wins Charlton a throw-in at the halfway point. Rutherford giving chase. I do think this will be either a second firm talking to or a yellow card from the referee. It's the second discussion she's had with the referee this afternoon. And that must be the final warning for Rutherford. Free kick taken by Durham as they look to encroach into the Charlton penalty area. They're prevented from doing so, and now there is an attack on the cards for Charlton. Good defending from Sarah Robson. Prevents Elise Hughes, Charlton's top goal scorer, from getting in on goal, and the visitors will make the first substitution of the game. And we're going to have a little look at that opportunity once again. A great ball played to the feet of Ella Rutherford, switches up feet well onto her left foot, gets the strike away, but not on target. Rutherford scored Charlton's first goal as a professional team, and it would have been quite fitting perhaps if her strike had been the one to break the deadlock, but nevertheless, 52 minutes played, Charlton 0, Durham 0. Rutherford on the ball once more. Tries to side foot past Silicki, doesn't do so, and this game is really evening out, end to end. I must say the referee has let a lot of challenges slide in this game. It's another late one that wipes out the Charlton player. I'll put a happier spin on it and say the referee has let the game flow. Charlton looks to attack once more. It's chested down well by Hughes, but Robson is there to intercept, and her scooped pass forwards. Doesn't leave much for the Charlton defence to have to do. In fact, it means that Cummins has all the time in the world with the ball at her feet and begins another Charlton attack. Hughes with the header. Robinson puts Holmes under pressure, good pressure, and it means Charlton have a throw-in high up the pitch. Rowe takes it. Follis in support, so much momentum behind her. Follis, the touch isn't the one that she would have wanted, but Godfrey is there. Her pass sees Robinson in on goal. Robinson slices it back, and Follis side foots the effort. It goes just wide. Charlton really beginning to open up this Durham defence effectively on the right-hand side. A lovely little interchange of passes. Robinson's run was perfect this time, as was her ball. Pinned back into Follis, whose run saw her in the right area, but the finish absent on this occasion. Follis to Ross, who looks to have shaken off that injury she incurred a few minutes ago. Now some space opens up for Durham. There's an ambitious effort, and from range they take the lead against the run of play. She's had an outstanding season, but Cummins slipping at the vital time meant, with the pitch opening up in front of her, Molly Lambert makes it 2-2 and gives Durham the lead. A hammer blow for the Addicts. 55 minutes on the clock. It's Charlton 0, Durham 1. And you have to give credit where it was due to Durham. It's a smart finish, seeing Cummins off her line. The ball was placed well, and Cummins just slip in there. You can't help but feel that had she still had her foot in, she would have been comfortable enough to perhaps parry or at least get a touch to prevent the ball going into the back of the net. But clinical from the visitors. Can Charlton respond? Ball fed into Hughes. It finds Rutherford. Rutherford surrounded by blue shirts. That's a high foot again from Durham. This game really is now on a bit of a knife edge, end to end. Gaps emerging all across the pitch, and some on the left-hand side. Sarah Wilson bombing forward. Plays it back to Holmes. A long goal kick. Clearance falls back to Cummins. Good defending from Charlton there. It looks to have ricocheted off a hand, but Molly Lambert still has the ball at her feet, cuts it back. Ross is there, gets an important intercept, and now can Hughes hold up play? No, she can't make that ball stick at the moment, Charlton. Charlton have played really, really well so far in this game. You can see the communication, the work rate, the heart. That'll be a sucker blow for the team, but they've got plenty of time, over half an hour, to see if they can fight back into this match. And there's one thing that you can guarantee with a Karen Hill side, and that is they will have plenty of fight. If you're tuned in this afternoon, we would love to hear from you too. Please connect with us on the social channels, CAFC Women, Charlton TV. It'd be great to hear from you. Let us know what you think of the occasion of the game. Perhaps it's the first time you're watching the women's team this season. If so, I don't know where you've been, but it's great to have you here. As Durham look to piece together a routine from the training ground. It's worked nicely, perhaps a little bit overcooked, but Holmes does have the ball. Rowe stops her. Rowe gets the pass back from Rutherford. Now Hughes charges forward. That's a foul. Pull back from Beth Heppel there. And now a chance for Charlton to send bodies forward and camp out in the Durham half. All outfield players are in the Durham half right now. But the pass is loose. It's intercepted by Robson. Robson back to Salaki. There's a collision of bodies there. Both physios running onto the pitch. Rowe down for Charlton, receiving treatment. There are a number of Charlton players warming up should they be required. Plenty of quality on that Charlton bench as well. Many might have looked at today's game with Liverpool already crowned champions thinking, oh, it might be have a little bit of a pre-season feel to it. Well, not at all. Both sets of players have given absolutely everything to this game. As the announcer reveals, there's 710 supporters here at the Valley on the bank holiday watching Charlton in action, which is fantastic and a record for the club. Previous record was at the Oakwood against Liverpool. Fantastic to see so many come down and support the girls. While we have this little pause, though, let's have a look at that goal once again. The substitute Lauren Briggs sees Cummings off her line. It's a fine finish, take nothing away from Briggs. And it is the goal that separates these two teams with 61 minutes on the clock. Charlton 0, Durham 1. There are plenty of games taking place this afternoon in the FA Women's Super League and in the Championship. Watford is still waiting to find a way past Coventry United. The deadlock is stubborn there. It's 0-0, 1-1 at Sunderland as they take on Bristol City. Sheffield United still lead Crystal Palace 2-1. London City Lionesses have added to their tally. They're 2-0 up against Blackburn Rovers, whilst Lewis have drawn level against champions Liverpool. And of course here at the Valley it is Charlton 0, Durham 1. A late tackle on Rutherford. Looks to have gone unpunished. Now this could be a dangerous position for Charlton. Searching for an equaliser. Rutherford goes to join her teammates on the edge of the area. The ball delivered into a sea of bodies, bounces around and is eventually cleared by Lambert. Lambert with composure out to Christian. Christian with a long searching ball tries to find the path of her teammate, the substitute. And Cummins does well. But Charlton boxed into the corner there. Good, energetic pressing from Durham, but matched with equal composure from Charlton. Robinson hooks the ball to Rowe. And guess who's there again? Holmes. I'm so impressed with her. The referee blows up for a foul, much to the dismay of the crowd here, who didn't see much wrong. But a little pullback is identified and Durham will have a free kick just in their own half. It will be taken by the skipper, Sarah Wilson. The experience she offers this Durham team is absolutely priceless as she hooks the ball long, and there's a slip there and the ball falls to the Durham number 7, but that is fantastic defending from the skipper, Anna Philby. More appearances in this Charlton team this season than any other, helping her teammate out there, as you do not want to see Beth Heppel in any position like that in your area. She scored last time out against Charlton, scored last weekend, and Philby just using her body so well to divert the danger, perhaps temporarily though, because the visitors do have a corner. And they have looked a threat throughout this game so far in dead ball scenarios. Although there seems to be an issue with the ball. Heppel given a replacement. So we wait for this corner to be taken. .65 minutes on the clock. The delivery comes in and it's cleared on the edge of the 6-yard box by Ross. And if you haven't yet, do go onto the Charlton website where you can read today's Matchday magazine for free. There is a digital copy there for you. It's got some great interviews with Karen Hills, Ella Rutherford and many others. Do go check it out. It's Godfrey has to shake off the advances of Dupy to make sure that Durham do not double their lead as Ross plays the ball back to Cummins. Can this record crowd make a difference as Charlton search for an equaliser? Ross turns, finds Rutherford. Rutherford has got acres if she chooses to, instead plays it forward. Alicia Robinson is going to keep the ball in. Can she find the cross? Can she find a pass? She can't really find either, but she gets the ball back at her feet. She's got options, she drives forward, plays it back and volleys! Gets the equaliser, and that is what Charlton deserve. Take a bow, Alicia Robinson, the perseverance. She's been a live wire down the right-hand side, and Emma Follis, for all that she has given in this game so far, deserves and merits to be the one to make history here at the Valley. Charlton 1, Durham 1. Robinson with the absolute pinpoint cross finds Emma Follis, the Charlton number 7. And just hear that applause. They've deserved a goal, they've deserved an equaliser. Can Charlton now go one better? Let's watch it one more time, shall we? Charlton's first goal as a professional outfit here at the Valley is scored by Emma Follis, as Lois Hucan is replaced by Megan Wynne, the Welsh international, and that is quality replaced by quality here at the Valley. And I'm sure if you're right back, Becky Salaki, you do not want to see Megan Wynne coming on the field of play, energised, ready to cause you a few headaches in the last 20 minutes. Game really getting stretched now. Robinson did so well. She's been fantastic all game, Robinson. With a clever slight pass to Rutherford. Rutherford does enough to put Salaki under pressure. And Robinson's energy just does not seem to be letting up. Rowe will take the throw in for Charlton. You sense the momentum now is with the home side. They've got Durham penned into this corner. You can see Rutherford and Robinson backed by Rowe, looking perhaps just to pen Durham in a little bit. Works effectively as Rowe finds Hughes. Ball whipped into Wynne. Wynne's first touch is almost a goal-scoring one. She's exactly where her manager would have wanted her to be for crosses and deliveries into the box on this right-hand side. Wynne in the bright pink boots. Suffered an ACL injury and has fought her way back. Has all the experience to come and make a difference. She's pointing where she wants the ball, but instead the direct pass is looking for the path of Hughes. Shoot, they say, and shoot Mia Ross does. It gets a deflection and the crowd are up for this. They perhaps sense there's another Charlton goal here. Charlton have certainly gone up a gear, and in doing so have got a deserved equaliser. And Rowe now has an opportunity from a corner. There's a short option to her left-hand side from Robinson. There's a sea of red and blue shirts in the box as well, hovering, hoping to get on the end of this delivery. Rutherford's there, jumps high, it's headed away, the ball falls to Wynne. Wynne's got her back to goal, plays it back to Fox. Fox to Follis. Good first time ball by Wynne, but it's short, and now Durham attack. Rio Hardy on the ball for the visitors, surrounded by red shirts, looking a bit isolated up top. She's done very well, Hardy. But Charlton snuffle out the threat. Wynne wins possession. Lovely little turn. Just a slightly short pass again there. Right idea. Follis was up for it. It's taken a deflection off the number 7 for a throw for Durham. 20 minutes left on the clock. It's Charlton 1, Durham 1. A sellout crowd here at the Valley to support the girls, as Durham will make a handful of changes. Bridget Galloway is coming on for the visitors. And Hannah Greenwood in place of Abby Holmes, who I think has had an outstanding shift for the visitors. Durham sensing perhaps they just need to refresh things slightly, as Charlton have been enjoying a dominant phase of play. Throwing comes in. It's cleared by Charlton, but Durham win back possession once again. There's lots of space on this left-hand side. And these long searching balls are giving the Charlton defence a test. It's a test they're standing up to firmly and strongly. And Lauren Briggs, the goal scorer, will take the throw-in for the Wildcats. Good defending from the Charlton number 22, Beth Rowe. Stands firm despite the advances of substitute Liz Ajupi. As the chants of Red Army ring out across the valley. It's a nice turn by Hughes. Almost came off expertly. She leads the line ever so well for her team. Charlton's top goal scorer. And under no pressure, Durham concede the corner. Can Charlton exhibit a ruthless streak to punish the visitors for that error and make this chance count? Fox and Follis are hanging back, but every other outfield player wants to get involved with this corner, and Rutherford's in a interesting looking position on the outskirts of the box. It's played to Robinson. Robinson hooks it in, looks for Ross. Ross gets the header, finds the head and half of Elise Hughes, and Hughes forces a good fingertip save from McAloon. Ross does well, uses her physicality. It was dipping enough to make the Durham number 1 push the ball over, and for a Charlton corner over on the right-hand side. Robinson's still hovering, Robinson still wanting to get there, and Wynne has made a last dash run. It's played to Robinson, Robinson towards the back stick. There is Hughes! Another good opportunity for Charlton. The skipper looks to curl the ball in. It's taken a deflection. It will be another corner for Charlton. Can they take the lead for the first time in this match? They're giving it absolutely everything. For this record-breaking crowd, they are putting on a show, and they are displaying all that the FA Women's Championship has to offer. As Wynne again, you might see her in the shot, screaming for the ball, finally gets it. First time ball into the box. It's a decent one. Is there a Charlton player there? Good goalkeeping. McAloon off her line, gathers and Most. The handwork was good, the footwork wasn't, and it's a throw-in for Charlton. Follis lets Fox take it. Ross plays it out over to this right-hand side. You could see what Rowe was thinking there. Just wasn't able to pull off the pass. As Charlton really stretch this Durham team across the pitch. I've been so impressed in the style and manner in which Karen Hills' side have looked to play. Can go direct and long when they want to, but so good on the ball. The little runs, the movement on the ball, off the ball. It's been really, really impressive. Ross plays it back to Godfrey. Godfrey with a good ball to Robinson, and Robinson's touch frustratingly lets her down on that occasion, but we can forgive her because she has been sublime. A real threat in attack, adds a real edge to the Charlton front line when they want to expand the game, stretch the pitch. She makes things happen. She's got the perseverance as well, which we saw for the goal to get the equaliser. This time Charlton look to play it on the left-hand side. Wynne in on goal, chests it down, and knows that Hughes is there and tries to round the ball into the path of her teammate. Doesn't quite come off, but Charlton had the throw-in. The intensity is not letting up. There's one thing on Charlton's mind, and that is getting the winner and securing 3 points here at the Valley. Wynne with the throw. Booted away, only so far as Philby. Follis and Rutherford combine. Ross now has the ball. The crowd can feel it too. The noise is getting louder as Charlton pile up the pressure. Philby goes to gather the ball. Lots of options, lots of running going on around her. Finds Wynne in the end. Wynne dispossessed, tries to win the ball back. But Durham do well, but the pass is loose. Robinson's got space on this left-hand side, on this right-hand side rather. Charges towards goal, takes it in. Can Robinson find the shot? Robinson! It's a goal! They've done it! And who better to put Charlton ahead than Robinson? She has been causing Durham problems all afternoon down this right-hand side. And she puts Charlton ahead. The record-breaking crowd on their feet applaud as Charlton take the lead. It's Charlton 2, Durham 1. What a great goal from Robinson. Composure, and that is the stuff that you dream of. Coming up with the assist and then finding the goal to put your team ahead, and just hear that Charlton crowd delighted as the Addicts take the lead on home soil. As it stands, we just need Crystal Palace to do us a bit of a favour. And Charlton could be on course to leapfrog Durham and finish the season in 5th place. Mia Ross doing what Mia Ross does, and that's tidying things up. Lewis leading at the Dripping Pan against Liverpool, the champions. Bit of a shock result there. But our attention is firmly focused on proceedings here at the Valley. There's Ross with a sliding tackle, one that she needed to make. And Follis looks like she's not breaking a sweat. Looks like she's just come on the pitch. The energy and stamina that she offers to this midfield is truly incredible. On the score sheet already, she's been pulling the strings in the middle of the park. As Hughes, with a fantastic run, is in on goal. Hughes. And then the offside flag is raised. It's a late one. But now is the rule with the offsides. Sometimes it's not until the player makes contact with the ball that it becomes clear that the decision is made. 10 minutes left to go here, and can Charlton secure 3 points to end their season on a high? Rutherford allows the ball to trickle out for a throw-in. Means her and her teammates can get in position, keep the shape that has been really, really impressive. It's limited this Durham team. They did take the lead, courtesy of an opening and a rather unfortunate slip from keeper Eartha Cummins, who's barely put a foot wrong this season. Wynne surrounded by Durham players, and there's a pull as Durham look to break. And they have a free kick. They haven't had to do too much defending in this second half, but it's important that Charlton keep their concentration levels and keep alert to the threat that this Durham side do pose. Said it a few times in commentary, especially in dead ball scenarios. Cummins gathers, punches the ball away, and as it's a head injury, the referee rather, pauses players. Cummings, the goalkeeper, receives a few high fives off of her teammates. And while the Durham player receives treatment, let's have a little look at the goal that put Charlton ahead this afternoon. Great work in the middle of the park. Teed up Robinson on that right-hand side. She had options, she cut in instead. Rounded her player and found the right-footed finish to celebrate in front of a jubilant sellout crowd here at the Valley and give Charlton a 2-1 advantage, and one that I think has been very merited. The drop kick is taken. We're into the final 10 here. Charlton need to keep it compact and composed. It's funny, isn't it, when you enter the final 10 minutes of a season that has seen so many miles travelled, so many highs, so many lows, so many minutes played. And then you look at the scenes here at the Valley, the home of Charlton Football Club, where the women's team, given the opportunity by owner Thomas Sangard to turn professional at the start of the campaign, equal opportunity, equal access to training facilities, to exposure. The club was disbanded 15 years ago. This site would have been unfathomable to those involved back then, but now in 2022, ahead of the European Championships to be hosted in this country, Charlton has a women's side to be proud of. Look at the way they work. Look at their togetherness as a team. Look at the way they don't give up. They're setting an example both on and off the pitch to all those here this afternoon, to those little boys and girls who have aspirations of being a professional footballer. Today shows that if you work hard, you've got talent, that you can do it. And particularly for those young girls in the club's RTC who play as a part of the pathway here, what inspiration they will take from the way that each of these players, those in the starting 11, those who've come off the bench, those sitting on the bench, those out injured, the professionalism that they exude is apparent for everyone to see. Ella Rutherford said they feel privileged to have the opportunity to play here. I don't think they should feel privileged. They deserve every opportunity to play here. Let's see what these final 5 minutes have in store. Follis uses her body well, shrugs off her opponent and charges forward. Finds Robinson out on the right-hand side. Can they combine again? Well, they have to good effect. Follis. That's a foul. But it's not given. And now Durham charge forward. Some space opening up on that right-hand side. Wynne is going to go and cover and try to prevent Durham from getting the ball into the area. That's an important touch from Philby. As Durham now resurgent, looking to find a means of taking a point home. They've got a long journey back. And they too have shown what this division is all about. The leaps and bounds that the pyramid has taken. So many interesting individual 1v1 battles across the pitch. It's made for a very entertaining game, and I hope that you've enjoyed it on Charlton TV. That's a tackle. Wynne now tries to set free. As the shot comes in, and that's a good save from Cummins in the right position there, and Fret. Do not think this Durham side are down and out by any stretch of the imagination. You can see Wynne there just dispossessed in a dangerous area. A nice little through ball fed into the path of the substitute, Liz Adupi. instinctive strike towards goal, and Cummins did well. You can see the players stretching out. It's been a long fought campaign. Wynn now has some space, charges down the left-hand side, cuts back, plays it back to Fox. Fox does well to round her marker, trying to find Rutherford. Rutherford gets a foot to it. They just don't let up, do they, this Charlton team? And the ball played towards the box, towards the edge of the 6-yard area, is well read by Durham. Goal kick taken quickly as a sense of urgency creeps in to the style of players. Crystal Palace draw level at Sheffield United. 2-2 there. Palace are to get another goal. It could mean that Charlton finish this season in 5th, having started today's game in 7th. Durham out wide, that's a good effort, and it ricochets off the crossbar. The follow-up, it's driven in and into the palms of Urfa. Coming late drama here at the Valley. A fantastic shot from Lauren Briggs, looking to double her tally. A curling quality strike and an intervention from the bar, from the post. Means it's still Charlton 2, Durham 1. 89 minutes, the final minute of play before we find out how much extra time we will play. Megan Wynn, the Welsh international, skirts away around 2 players. Referee says no foul. Charlton on the attack once more. Hughes links up nicely with Rowe. The crowd are encouraging more. They want more. Wynn with a great ball in. Can she find Hughes? It's cleared by the captain, Sarah Wilson. Now the ball's at the other end, and the skipper and Fox combine. I just love the teamwork across this outfield. The way they position themselves, the way they cover, the way they anticipate and react. Outstanding. As we will have 4 more minutes here at the Valley. 4 more minutes of action for Karen Hills' side in their first season as a professional outfit. Robinson looks to find a way round her defender, tries to win back possession, but Wilson does well, puts her body in the way, and it will be a goal kick for the visitors. Now, should scores stay as they are, Charlton will finish the season in the highest possible position they could before kick-off here at the Valley, and that is 5th. No foul, says the referee. Poor Rutherford. Last game of the season, she's been in a right scrap. As now Charlton break once more. The shot is unleashed. Follis on the ball. Follis with an effort, and it skirts wide. Rutherford might need to receive more treatment, as Karen Hills is just encouraging her to get up over on that right-hand side. But it just shows you how much Charlton have given to this game. Given the platform to play at the Valley, they have not let Charlton supporters down. A victory could see them finish in 5th place with 34 points. Follis, even when she's down on the floor, she's having an influence on the game. The crowd getting behind Karen Hills' side as we enter the final few minutes. Wynn doesn't manage to keep the ball on. It'll be a throw-in for Durham. Just important for Charlton to stay on it, keep the press. As Wynne just telling her opposition counterpart, the ball should be back there. Take it back a few yards, please. As we count down to the final 2 minutes, can Charlton hang on to this 2-1 advantage that they've got? Keep looking at that table, hoping that Karen Hills' side can finish the season in 5th. That's a foul on the Charlton skipper. Great maturity to her game. She's such a well-rounded defender, knows how to use her body, knows how to use it effectively and wisely as well. With less than 90 seconds on the clock, you can just see Anna Philby ushering it down, calling her teammates up, get up the pitch, I've won us the foul, we've got the free kick, let's get the ball where we want it, and that is in the Durham half, well away from Urfa Cummings' goal. Cummings will take all the time in the world, launches the ball long towards Rutherford. Rutherford gets the header. Robinson's lurking, Rutherford is there, chests the ball down. Durham try and parry it away, but guess who's there? Yep, it's Philby. Philby's shoved, that should be a free kick. And that should be business done and dusted. Philby gets up, runs back to her defensive position. What a shift from all the Charlton players. Rutherford tries to find Hughes. Wynne. Well, we have some late drama here. In the dying seconds, we see all the professionalism of a team given the opportunity to train full time, to play full time. And that is the word that really springs to mind when describing this performance. Going a goal down, Charlton have fought back and done so in style, as you hear Red Army sung around. Soak in that applause. Charlton end their season on a high with a deserved 3 points that sees them secure 5th place in the FA Women's Championship, their first season as a professional team. Let's take a look back at the goals scored here at the Valley. Having gone a goal behind, Robinson and Emma Follis combined beautifully with Follis finding the back of the net to draw Charlton level, but Katie Robinson wasn't done there. Despite putting the ball on a plate for the equaliser, Robinson was causing Durham a torrid time down the right-hand side. She picked up the ball, driving forwards towards goal, cut inside, switched up play, and slotted the ball home to make it Charlton 2, Durham 1, in front of a record-breaking crowd here at the Valley. The 3 points means that Charlton will finish the season with 34 clocked up, back-to-back wins. It's a positive end to what has been a fantastic start to professional life for the football club. Thank you so much for joining us on Charlton TV. It's been an absolute pleasure to have your company. That is 2021-22 done and dusted. It's been fun, hasn't it? Until next time, goodbye.